train and you're still alive, and then you win. That's the only way that you could win. But the goal shouldn't be just winning, okay? The goal should be, and no, that's the stream. It's gone. The goal should be creating a story, and you can't create a story if you don't want to cooperate. But let's just see what happens.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
So,
That's
but
all
what are
I
you
can
doing?
do
Are you gonna like take the dodge action? Are you gonna...
See, and now he's suggesting like you can take an action. Okay, you're supposed to defend him. We've already established that if you're defending him, you can't go attacking something else. So you need to be taking an action. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I'm skipping my turn," whatever. And he's suggesting like maybe you should get cause like when you're playing normally, it's like obvious that if you don't really know what to do or you're waiting for something to happen, you're gonna say, okay, I'm just holding an action, whatever, holding an action ready, and that's what he should do here. Like it's obvious. Just hold an action, ready in action, whatever you want to call it. Ready in action and say, well, if someone tries to attack my new friend, I'm gonna use this and this and them. Okay? That's not that hard. Like he's even saying, like, you probably should be doing this. And what he ends up actually doing, or they, because I don't want to assume anyone's gender, but the player.
You're gonna hold an action.
Because I have to defend the snake man, I move directly next to the snake man, and I take the dodge action.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he's dodging.
Yeah, you walk over and he like caresses
What?
your shoulder, and like he doesn't smile at you because he can't, because he's a snake. He just looks at you like, yes, good.
Oh my god, this will just last up to 8 hours.
Yeah,
because
it's a scary spell.
Yeah, it lasts forever, like forever.
Yeah.
Wait, we're fucking level 6 characters, and what I don't even. Honestly, I'm not even sure what level they are, but I'm assuming somewhere around that, somewhere around there. And like, oh, this is a fucking strong spell. Yeah, no shit, man. Like, what the fuck did you expect? Like, fuck, the DM can use magic too?
There's no
alright.
like secondary save to it.
Nope.
Yeah.
if one of the UNT attacks her.
Oh, also no, I can't because I took the dodge action. That was my action.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So okay, so the type 1 back here.
Like, how many saves do you want for a spell? Like 1,000? Like you've already figured out that if you hurt him, it's gonna break the spell. But whatever, let's just ignore that fact.
Just upset, right?
Yeah, the one who's making your friend do weird things is a good target for smashing.
And so, do Ishii and I still count as allies for the purposes of me moving through her square?
No.
No.
Well, no, because she'd make an attack of opportunity on you. As you run by.
Attacking Little Fox is a pretty big ask. Like, I'm gonna defend this guy if he's getting hit. If she's hitting him, then cool. But like on an attack of opportunity.
As a counterpoint, this is the like Spider-Man not attacking the burglar thing. Like you know what Little Fox is trying to do, and
Like, come on! Like, come on! Like, how? Why? Why do people do this? Like, why do you not want to cooperate? I don't get it. Like, I'm not gonna take an attack of opportunity. What? You're literally you've already said, okay, I'm defending you. This is what I'm doing. Like, how the fuck do you intend to defend the person without stopping the attacker? I mean, like, if he had any spells, if the player, if she had any, not the player, the character, if the character had any spells that could, I don't know, hold Little Fox or something, like, I get it. You could just hold person, and that's it, without hurting anyone. But I'm not sure that he, like, the character has any, like, again, I don't know, I'm just assuming from what I saw from last episode, because I skipped the previous ones, but the logical thing would be, I'm sorry, to attack your
being like, oh, go ahead and do whatever you want, feels
Okay.
like Like I get it, but it's also
I
magic.
just know that if I had suggestion on an NPC, you'd be making these same arguments. So
No.
same thing.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
He
All right,
definitely
Little
would
Fox
not.
is gonna try to move. Here we go. Space. There we go. Okay. So I guess I can just go 25. Sucks. My normal movement gets me 5 feet away from the guy.
Yeah, there is another target too.
Yeah.
Which I can't see though,
Well, which can't be seen.
because of the light.
Yeah,
the
'cause it's
penumbra
dark.
ends right at wherever it might
Well,
be.
and actually, to be fair, you can't see anything because that's a solid wall.
Well, yes, but I saw that it went behind.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna move to there. So it's 50 feet. And she's just booking it over there. So at least if it wants to keep running away, it prompts an AOO when it goes.
Okay, well, so hold on. So we need to resolve the Ishii
Yeah,
attacking.
Ishii can attack me.
I'll guess I'll attack of opportunity because that seems like the only thing I'm gonna be allowed to do. So
Yeah. the
It's
attack-
not the only thing that you're allowed to do, but again, you haven't explicitly done anything in order to actually do what the spell requires you to do, so that's the last thing that I don't know what to say anymore.
You don't have to be shitty about it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. This is why I love this guy, because I'm sorry, but like I've had people doing the same thing to me, like guilt tripping and everything. And I'm like, shit, man. Like they exploit so much. And I guess that I was in the same kind of situation because and that's what I heard because I kind of listened. I think I don't know. Was it this game? I think he said that he was okay with DMing Dungeons and Dragons, even though he's not really too familiar with it because of all the other players are so much more familiar with the game than he is, that he's comfortable DMing it because he knows that he's gonna get help from the other people, right? And that was actually the situation that I was in. We were playing a game. It kind of happened that I was supposed to DM it, even though I had very little experience compared to the other people that played it, because they've been playing it for so much longer. And they've also had all the rules memorized compared to me, who I had to reference them a lot of times. But and I was kind of relying on them to help me out. But the thing is that literally those players are just gonna exploit everything that I can to make the game easier for them. And I'm not sure this is the point of the game. Like, I understand that you want to optimize your game, but you don't really have to break it to win, right? Like, if it's too easy, then what's the point? Like, if you just breeze through everything, what's the point of even playing if you're not open up to a challenge? But let's just listen to. I like this line. Like, you don't need to be shitty about it. I just love it.
She's just booking it over there. So at least if it wants to keep running away, it prompts an AOO when it goes.
Okay, well, so hold on. So we need to resolve the Ishii attacking.
Ishii can attack me.
I'll guess I'll attack of opportunity because that seems like the only thing I'm gonna be allowed to do. So
Yeah, and the attack of opportunity.
You don't have to be shitty about it. Like,
I mean, like,
okay, just
suggestion isn't dominate,
right? But also, like, you all have such a huge advantage in every single situation. The game is skewed so hard towards PCs that arguing for weakness in favor of the PCs makes the game even easier than it already is.
It's cool.
It's important to balance these things fairly, to make it at least feel like it. Because otherwise, I would never use them if we could just lawyer out.
I get it. So I roll a
Okay, and that's it. Like I'm not gonna. I'm like you can watch the rest. There's a link in the description anyway. But that's the point that I'm trying to make. Like I completely agree with what he's saying over there. Like the game, to be honest, compared to what I've heard, because I haven't played, but compared to what I've heard from the earlier versions of the game, as in like the original Dungeons and Dragons, and like I don't know which one was the second, the whatever. Like when you basically played a human with like literally literally just a minimum upgrade of like playing a regular dude, and and the game was just so much harder and I guess unfair towards the player, but that was the point. It was like playing, I don't know, a Castlevania or something, like one of the old, like a Metroidvania type style of game, where you could just you could just got your ass beat if you if you didn't um if you didn't fucking grind that shit. Um, and I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, if you can probably tell by my voice. Like this game, like D&D 5, whatever you want to call it, it's literally it's it's like the new season of fucking League of Legends. Like they just give you everything. Like it's all there. Like you get all the fucking information. You don't need to work for anything, and you're so fucking overpowered that whatever. Like I don't know. There was like an earlier encounter where they were ambushed, kind of ambushed, whatever, not really. Like they were camping, and of course they had an encounter in the middle of the night. And again, as every fucking time this happens with any kind of group, there's the one guy, the heavy armor guy, who goes like, "Whoa, can I not sleep in my armor?" Like, dude, no. Can I put it on like really quickly? No, it needs 10 minutes to be put on. If you have help. And like I don't know, I'm not even sure. I was like maybe it's probably more than 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes just for like regular whatever. Okay, you can look up the rules. It doesn't matter. You can't put it on. It's the middle of the night. You're fucking getting fucking attacked, okay? You can grab one thing. Like grab one thing that you wanna you wanna have when you're getting prepared, and that's it. Like they already like they I don't even know how to say it, like cuz they can spot you. Like if you're the GM and you're trying to ambush them, okay? They can fucking spot you, cuz there's always going to be like that one person with the highest fucking perception who's going to be awake at that one moment when you try to ambush them, okay? And they're going to spot you. They're going to wake everybody up. So for some godforsaken reason, I don't know why, the sorcerer couldn't get up. So he lost like 2 turns or something like that, which is incredible. Which I was like, okay, holy shit, this actually happens. Like they're not actually prepared this time. But people like you need to put them in really really shitty situations. Um, because unless you do that, they're just gonna optimize their fucking like they think of it as if they're playing a video game, okay? Because this is the same logic that I would use as a player of a video game, okay? Because if I'm going into a video game, like if I'm playing a dungeon crawler, um, you want to get all your fucking potions ready. You want to save at the most appropriate time, and you're probably gonna reload if you don't like the way things are gonna work out. Okay, but that's a video game. Like this isn't a fucking video game. I know all the new fucking RPGs were made off of this system, but still, this is not a video game. This is a story, and it's a collaborative story. It's a narrative story, everyone plays together, and this is going on for too long. Like I said, it was just gonna be a couple of minutes, but you can't use the same fucking logic as you'd used in a video game in this game as well. You can't optimize everything, okay? The rules are there because you should create non-optimal um, encounters in non-optimal environments, but I don't know. It's just the way this game encourages play isn't isn't really isn't really play your character. It's more like pick a character that's gonna best fit um the playstyle that you want to have, and then just optimize it to the max. Like it doesn't if you want to make like a non-optimized character, you're gonna feel like really bad if someone else has like a super fucking whatever super broken character because they read all the rules and they know what's the best way to what's the best spell to take, or what's the best what's the best um way to distribute your points or whatever. I don't like during character creation. Like I hardly for and I'm just gonna compare it to World of Darkness, okay? Just because character creation in World of Darkness, at least if you're doing it right, doesn't start with the fucking numbers, okay? It starts with a concept, and I'm comparing it to World of Darkness just because it's kind of closer to us, and it's not in a fantasy world in like a medieval setting, but it's like today, and it's easier to picture a living person like a character that has a personality, if it's kind of closer to what you already know, which is our world. Okay, it's easier for me to picture like someone who is in a foreign country because I don't know, they wanted to get papers for their kid, okay? And they went over there and they just gave birth to their kid in a foreign country because they want them to have a good life over there, okay? I can picture that and I can understand that. Okay, it's much harder for me to make a fucking character that's like a wood elf somewhere. Like, I'm just gonna go like, okay, I'm a wood elf and I have a bow. And that's like that's about the extent of what the regular D&D person probably knows about wood elves, okay? Pretty sure there's a bunch of people who know a bunch of lore, but the regular dude who's just playing regular plain old D&D with their friends probably doesn't have a whole fucking idea about what their fucking wood elf is gonna look like. Like do they have a family? Like, did they go to school? Do what else? Would the what else have school? Like, is it? I don't fucking know if they have it. They probably do have, but like, how does what else school look like? Or how big are what else schools classrooms and shit? Like, how many kids are in the same classroom and stuff like that? Like, I wouldn't know that. They probably don't. I mean, they probably have some kind of spiritual guidance and shit. I don't fucking know. Like, that's the point. I honestly don't know. It's harder for me to make up a character that makes sense if I don't know shit about about where they're from, or what they do, or what's up with the political situation in the place that they live in. Like, and then what happens is that you just pile up a bunch of numbers. That's what usually happens. You go like, okay, I want to be this race, I want to be this class, and let's just put these numbers here, and I'm just gonna choose a background, and okay, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of shit, and there we go. That's my character. And to maybe with the background you give them a little bit of like personality, but not really, because you basically every time you're just basically playing the same fucking token person. Okay, like if you're this class, you need to pick this because otherwise you're gonna be useless. And we don't need a useless person in our party, okay? We need someone who's gonna help us do exactly this, and this is why we have you. And it doesn't like for all the freedom that you have during character creation and during like the fucking infinite number of spells that you can that you can have, and you basically use the same fucking 10 spells maybe. Like, just in this session, okay, just in this fucking 27th episode, the sorcerer, as far as I could tell, used exactly 2 spells, okay? One was shield. No shit, a sorcerer with shield. Holy fuck. And the other one was what? What? You want to guess? You want to guess? It was fireball, of course. Like, what else? That's it. And maybe fireball. That was the third one. And that's it. That's it. Like he tried to use um uh magic missile, and then he figured like Adam was like, yeah, but it's gonna be like one missile, like you're gonna have to roll damage for each missile, and he was like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's how it works. You roll damage for each missile separately. And then he was like, okay, no, you know what? It changed my mind. I'm just gonna use fireball. And that's it. That's it. That's how you do, okay? That's all you're allowed to do in D&D. Like, if you can cast any kind of spell, you should definitely pick fireball when you get it. Because otherwise, we're not gonna have you in a party. We're just gonna pick someone else who picked fireball. Okay? That's how it works. Like, you can. Okay, this is why I'm frustrated with D&D and the type of environment it I guess creates unintentionally, probably. Like they give you a whole shit ton of options, but people, we tend to optimize shit, okay? And D&D is just a game that needs to be played in an in an optimized way. I don't know what I'm trying to say. In an optimal way. There you go. That's what I was trying to find. I can't find words anymore. And it's the same with magic, okay? It's the same with fucking magic. You have 1,000. That's a little too little. But you have so many options. So many different decks that you can play. Then you end up playing the same fucking decks. Be it fucking standard, or being fucking modern, or being whatever. You're just gonna play the same fucking shit. Because someone figured out that's OP, and now everybody's just gonna play it, and that's just gonna be meta, and that's it. Like, if you're not playing a meta deck, then you probably are not gonna win. And everybody wants to win, right? That's the point of the game. Winning. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop. This was just me, okay? Talking shit about D&D and magic. But you know, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like D&D like could be so much more if the players wanted it to be more, if that makes any sense. Like there are groups of players that are like a joy to watch because they play for the story, okay, and they understand that their characters are, you know, are there. The fun, okay, the fun of the game is not beating shit to death and looting, okay. The fun in the game is playing with the people, with other people, and trying to make an interesting story out of it. And that's what I usually miss um, when when I watch things like this, and when I play over here as well, that's it. That's it. Side note, my first D&D experience was actually really good. Was it my first? No, it wasn't. But I had no, it wasn't. But the first time I played it with my I don't know how to okay, I had one really interesting D&D experience. Okay, there we go. That's how I should put it. Um just because our dungeon master was someone who really enjoyed role playing, and it was we played. I guess it was just two of us who've played the game before, and then three other people who haven't played it yet, I think. Um, and it was just such a different approach um to it, because um I guess there was one person that wasn't actually really that familiar with gaming in general, so they didn't really have the gaming. Um, mm, I don't even know what to call it. Like hmm, the need to, I don't know, the gaming approach is what I guess I'm trying to say. So yeah, their approach was definitely something really fresh and different, and it was really enjoyable. Um, and like the whole experience was really good, especially because we were stuck on level 1 for so long. We're stuck on level 1, and then we actually got to level 2. Like by the time I think I was already dead, I had to make a new character, and it was I think it was something like that. But yes, it was really enjoyable and really fun because we didn't have so many options, because we had the the less options that you have, then you're forced to use your actual um I don't know, like if you don't really have strong magic or strong whatever skills, like you need to find another way to progress the game. And we had to do a lot of talking and a lot of investigating, and we obviously were terrible at everything, but that's what it made it fun. Like we couldn't fight shit because we just get down in 2 seconds. So we opted for running around and gathering information and things like that. And again, the fun part was the fact that we were just level 1, level 2, so such low level that we were forced to think about our actions and not just charge in and kill everything and then you know, punch first and ask questions while punching. Um, there you go. I should stop. Stream's dead. So goodbye. Let's see if it's gonna stop.